When superstar soprano Renee Fleming was named Lyric Opera of Chicago's first creative consultant, one of her assignments was to help commission a new opera. Well, after more than a year-long process, the announcement was made today. The story for the new opera will come from an award-winning novel by a noted author who just happens to be a close friend of Renee Fleming's. And the creative team chosen to write the work represent a big first for Lyric. This afternoon, Eddie Aruza talked with all of the principals, and he lifts a curtain of mystery.
The process through which this new commission evolved is highly collaborative.
Lyric Opera of Chicago's general director Anthony Freud revealed the company's first commission in over 10 years. It will be aptly named Bel Canto, Italian for beautiful singing. And it's based on the best-selling novel of the same name by author Ann Patchett. She was on hand at the Civic Opera House today to hear her work would be turned into an opera. Along with her was opera superstar Renee Fleming, Lyric's creative consultant. Ann Patchett says she loosely based her novel on a 1996 hostage-taking at the Japanese ambassador's residence in Lima, Peru. 14 young and heavily armed guerrilla rebels burst in during a party and held hundreds of top-level officials and their guests captive to protest what they felt were government abuses in Peru. Over time, they let most of the hostages go, but kept dozens of others captive for more than 4 months, until military troops stormed the compound, killing all of the rebels and rescuing all but one of the hostages. 33-year-old Peruvian-born composer Jimmy López was just a teenager in Lima when the hostage crisis took place, but he says he remembers it vividly and will be setting Bel Canto to music.
When I read the book, I felt this is a wonderful, this first of all is a fictional story that's been based on the real events. So the Bel Canto itself does not speak of the real events, although it has been inspired by them. On the other hand, I felt that as a Peruvian, and as you said, having lived through this, and I did have to bring something of my own to it.
Bel Canto will be López's first opera, but some of his orchestral compositions are increasingly getting more attention. His work called Fiesta has become his most popular work so far. Providing the libretto for the opera will be Cuban-born playwright Nilo Cruz. He's the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of Anna in the Tropics.
I think that the fact that I am from Cuba and from a certain place in geography, it informs everything that I do and everything that I write. It's part of my DNA. But more than anything, in this particular story, I'm interested in how these characters, when they are under this, basically, they're held hostages, and but how they find a common language to be with each other, and maybe that commonness it can only be accessible to them in this kind of environment, but maybe not in the outside. So again, it's how to find those common emotions that we possess as human beings.
López and Cruz will make history at Lyric Opera as the first Latin American composer-librettist duo to have a work staged with the company. Meanwhile, the fictional prima donna at the center of Bel Canto will be portrayed by 33-year-old soprano Danielle Denise.
On our website, you can read an excerpt from Chapter 1 of Ann Patchett's Bel Canto. You can also listen to some of the music of composer Jimmy López. The operatic version of Bel Canto will premiere at Lyric Opera during the 2015-2016 season.